Hi everybody and welcome to the Zal office. Today what we're going to talk about is the hot topic that's on YouTube and everywhere you look in this 2A community, particularly in the United States, is the ATF brace rule and what it means for people owning braces, which are in the millions. Today I'm going to focus on our main product because that's what we sell. We're not going to talk about braces for AK-47s or for other short-barreled rifles like the AR-15. We're going to talk about mainly and only about conversion kits, which you know we have hundreds of videos from the range about these items. We represent all the companies, all the main companies that make them, whether it's the CAA, MCK, the Ronnies, the Recover Tactical, PIX, and other devices, the FAB Defense, the IMI a lot of great companies that make conversion kits, not only for Glock but for a lot of pistols. We sell these all over the world, but this video is particularly and only for the United States customers, and best practices, what to do with these items, because things have changed since the beginning of the month and how these items are being labeled right now by the ATF. So it's a little bit of advice I'm going to try to give you. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not acting to be a lawyer. My knowledge is from people that I've spoken to, from seeing dozens of videos on the internet. Does not make me an expert. If in doubt, ask a lawyer. But I'm just going to give you my 2 cents in order to protect both the customers that maybe do not know about this rule, and about customers in the future that would want to consider buying one of these things. The majority of people that I've spoken to said that they're optimistic about what's going to happen with this rule, and that there will be some sort of compromise, and that they're not going to make tens of millions of people felons overnight, and that it will be repealed. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what you can do between now that some of these will be considered as short-barreled rifles if you have not paid for the tax stamp and have registered them, and from when the courts will repeal the ATF and will basically make these all legal again for when that day happens. Basically, as you know, the ATF said, important to note, this is not considered anything. This is just an accessory. There's no handgun inside, so this is not a short-barreled rifle or a weapon. But what the ATF said, just a recap, that the brace is no longer a brace. It's considered just like a stock, and therefore anything under 16 inches would be considered a short-barreled rifle, including this if you put a Glock inside. Let me explain. This is a Glock. This is a handgun, legally ownable in the United States in most places. Now, if you take this handgun and place it inside, close it up, then right now the ruling says whether you have a brace or just a normal stock, you have just constructed a short barrel rifle. So what to do in case you want to be safe. One of the things you can do, and that's what the ATF said, they basically said, let's say you have a short-barreled rifle and you have a stock or a brace, you need to remove that brace or stock. What I have here is a stock, but they definitely focused on the brace. You need to remove it from the buffer tube, either destroy it, alter it, make sure that it's not in the same proximity. That's what I understood from the tons of lawyers online that are talking about it, that you don't have the brace in the proximity of your short-barreled rifle. You can have a short-barreled rifle. It's not a short-barreled rifle. It's basically a pistol if you don't have the brace on it, and therefore you cannot shoulder it. Now, we're also going to talk about what you can do once you don't have a brace on any of these devices, and that will work also for other devices. If you don't have a brace, you can still use it. You can still take it to the range. Right, it's not as fun to shoot as it was before. Times will change. Hopefully things will be back to normal sooner than later. We're going to talk about that as well. But right now, the basic law says that if you have a brace, you need to remove it. You need to remove it from your device. You need to alter it so you can't put a brace back on. What this means, I'm not sure myself. Basically, you can take this tube, you can put some foam on it, glue it on, that way nothing can attach to it, and you're good to go. Let's say somebody comes and knocks on your door and sees that you have, let's say, a short-barreled rifle, something that looks like a short-barreled rifle but really is a pistol, and you have a stock next to it. Let's say you covered this. There's no way to connect this stock, even though it was in the same safe, from the same duffel bag. There's no way to connect it. You're still good. A word that is circling around a lot is constructive possession. What it means, I'm not a lawyer, but pretty much what it means, it's what I mentioned, is that they can say that, right, you removed the brace from your SBR, but you kept it in the same proximity. That's not allowed. At least that's what they're saying. So in order to be smart, you can easily, let's say, take your you can take your conversion kit, easily remove the brace from it, just like that. Right now, all you have is a pistol. You can even shoot it. You can shoot it like a pistol. Gives you a little bit more stability. Obviously, if you had a brace or stock in it, it would give you a little bit more stability. But you can also use a sling on it. This is legal. This is legal to own. It's legal to shoot. The sling, you try it at the range, will give you that extra stability. You can take to the range, totally legal, because this is still a pistol. Again, going to the range with this and this in your bag would not be recommended. If you want to be safe, and this is my golden advice for these conversion kits, whether it's for Glock, whether it's for Zig or Smith & Wesson or whatever you have at home, and you have one of these conversion kits, and millions of people have bought these as well, just like they have with the brace. The best option for you, and this is just my 2 cents, and you can consult with a lawyer, is have an airsoft handgun in your house. Does not have to be an expensive gas-operated handgun. It can be just a spring-operated handgun. Have it in the same proximity of your conversion kit. That way, you have no criminal intent. This is not being used for, let's say you have a Glock in your house, you're using your Glock as your secondary firearm or as your defensive weapon, your everyday carry, and you have this spring-loaded airsoft gun that shoots out pellets. You can put that inside your conversion kit. And that's basically your main purpose for that conversion kit. You like to shoot targets out in the yard. I teach my kids with airsoft guns. It's great for target practice. You have an airsoft gun intended for your conversion kit, which is great for target practice. That's the intent for your conversion kit. That's the advice I can give you. You can order a very cheap airsoft gun online. It will be delivered the next day, and you're good to go. You have a conversion kit. You have your Glock as your everyday carry, and you have your airsoft gun for your conversion kit. This is my advice for everybody out there considering buying one of these. These are fun and great to shoot. We've, sold a lot of these. They're super popular all over the world, especially in countries that cannot own rifles, SBRs, registered, not registered, can't own them at all. Like the country that I'm in Israel, you can only own one handgun for defensive purposes. And these are a great solution for people that can only own one handgun. Like I said, they're very popular in the United States. This is the best practice. If you want to be totally safe and you're paranoid that somebody will be knocking on your door and checking, you're using these conversion kits with just a very simple airsoft gun. And that's their main intent. Whether whether you owning them just for, you know, looks, or you're using them as target practice. That's my 2 cents. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. I don't usually do these videos. It's a tough time. It's a tough time for everybody in the industry. And let me know your opinion, what you think about this video, whether I did something right, whether I did something wrong. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.